You know, results of the district meet don't tell the whole story of McKinney North season under Coach Brenda Files, who's with us now. And Brenda, all right, your boys and girls teams, they place 8th at the district meet, but overall you saw them save their best for last. They performed their best when it really counted. They posted, really, across the board, their best individual and best relay times as a whole, and that had to make you proud this year.
It was awesome to see. Most of the time we go into our district meet, and I know the majority of the kids are going to swim fast. There's always a few that might not have the greatest meet of their life, and I have to come up with some little speech to, you know, get them over the fact that they didn't swim as fast as they really wanted to. But this year, I didn't have to say any of that. We had an awesome meet.
Yeah, no question about it. What about this team makes you the most proud? Looking back on it now, a few weeks removed.
Well, the fact that they are still able to train as hard as they possibly can. It's a long season. We start in August and we don't end until the end of February. We actually took Thanksgiving break off this year, and then that made us come back even harder at Christmas. And, you know, they kind of dread coming into Christmas practice knowing it's going to be hard, but they get through it and, you know, they survive and they were ready to swim fast.
The girls were led by junior Madison Kuhn once again. Last year she was your only female swimmer to advance to regionals. This year broke a couple of school records in the 50 free and the 100 backstroke. What have you liked about Madison's development?
She is just a really strong worker. She works hard and trains really hard. She's one of the girls that really was on her own this year. I had to pretty much put her with the boys for practice, that she was just a little too fast for some of the other girls to hang with during practice, and she was on her own, you know, dealing with the boys day in and day out, and she just kept her own mind and competed and made sure that they were working as hard as she was every day.
I'm sure she relished that challenge. When you reach that point, you need something different to push her.
Right.
What was it like for her being in the pool with boys?
I think she accepted it. I think she knew that's where she needed to be. She's not a big complainer. I don't know if I've ever heard her complain about anything that we do in practice. I know she's at times not necessarily as gung-ho as sometimes, and that's when you depend on your teammates to get you through the workouts.
Madison also part of the 200 freestyle relay that set a school record, and you had to really like how that group overall came together.
It was nice seeing that we had a freshman come in and a sophomore and then two juniors, a junior and a senior, that we didn't really expect them to be able to go to regionals, but they were just so excited and they pulled through when they needed to, that it shows a lot that we have a lot more next year to be able to work with.
What can Madison do for you as a senior?
Well, hopefully she'll continue to break her school record. It was really close if she was going to be able to go to state this year in the 50 free. And, you know, she swam fast. The prelims of regionals didn't quite go as fast on that next day. But again, that's, you know, we're talking hundreds of seconds that make it from regionals to state. And I really think if we, with her experience, that she'll be able to come back. And that would be our last goal as a senior, for her to make it.
Yeah, Madison,
back there.
No doubt about it. Madison heading into her senior year. Meanwhile, Haley Hutto getting ready to graduate. She was really a special senior for you this year, one of the only two that you had on this team, and one that was with you throughout her high school career. Well, what are you going to miss most about Haley?
She was always just really spirited. She has a great voice. She actually was our national anthem singer at our swim meets. She started as a JV swimmer her freshman year. And it's nice, and I try to remind the kids that you can move up from JV all the way to a senior, you know, progressing all the way through, being a part of the team, committing, and, you know, really adapting the team to fit the necessity.
As for the boys, Patrick Griffin was a leader once again. He was a standout as a sophomore, I remember, and here in his junior year, he puts up a school record in the 200-meter individual medley. How do you sum up Patrick's year overall?
He continued for where he left off last year. He broke a record that I know he never really probably thought he was going to get. It was from a senior last year that he kind of earned the title of Beast, and Patrick actually was honored with that title this past year. And I think he really just challenged himself every day, swimming with Madison and our other seniors, that he trained. He was pushed by his little brother this year, and I helped remind him of that, you know, a freshman is pushing him in practice, and he was ready to swim.
What do you see from that younger Griffin coming up then?
I see that Zachary has taken over the Little Beast title. That is our little kind of pet name for the tenacity of someone coming in, just working hard, never giving up, pushing the others. A lot of times I had to remind the seniors, you have a little freshman beating you, so what are you going to do about it? It was nice.
We talk about Patrick and Madison kind of swimming, leading their respective sides, boys and girls. And there are more parallels because Patrick was also a member of the 200 freestyle relay on the boys' side that set a school record.
And another member, Justin Reinhardt, was on the relay last year that set that record. One other senior, Eric Parra, who came in as a freshman swimming on JV. Again, nice to see that he kept with it. He stuck through everything, and now he has a record with his name up there.
You know, by next year, North will be the only school in McKinney ISD that is Class 4A. It's going to be a different district. You don't know who's going to be in it just quite yet. How do you see things changing for this program?
We're hopefully going to increase our numbers. We have a lot of interest this spring, and there's, you know, just a discrepancy between the interest and who actually participates in the fall. So hopefully our numbers will continue to grow. I still just have to realize it's a development. You know, I get freshmen in that have never swam before, and I get them to the point of being able to compete at regionals. And, you know, for me, that's the most successful thing of our season.
Like you mentioned, it's such a grind this whole season, from August to February. Swimming and diving, one of the longest seasons you'll find in the UIL. What's preparation like for you as you head toward August? There's only so much recovery time, and meantime, you're also building the foundation for that next team.
We don't necessarily have a program at McKinney as far as a club, which is most often what a lot of hardcore swimmers will train with. We have our McKinney Sea Lions program, which is the best fit for anyone new, upcoming that wants to just stay in the water. But it's really up to the individual. We're trying to get them to know they need to be in the water if they want to get faster. I keep reminding them, if we're in Frisco's district next year, they're not going to step aside and let us walk through. So, you know, it's really up to the individual to make that determination.
Oh, Brenda, best of luck going forward. Always appreciate your time.
Thank you.
Brenda Files, head coach of the North Bulldogs. They are ready for a new challenge, a new district, as they put behind them a historic season that included several school records falling.